Optimization starts in your ad unit settings. To start creating your ad units, go to Inventory, Ad Units. An ad unit is the very foundation of your inventory in Google Ad Manager. It represents the space where the ads can be delivered. Let's try creating a new one. Click on New Ad Unit. You can create up to 2 levels of organizational hierarchy or up to 5 levels if you're using Google Ad Manager 360. If you want to create a child unit, you have to delete this top level and select from the list. So for example, I'm going to select this one. Then this ad unit I'm creating will be nested or will be a child unit under this parent ad unit. So by default, if you don't change it, all ad units will be top level. Give your ad unit a name, something that is easy for you to identify. For example, I'm going to create Home, Sidebar, Top, 300 by 600. For the code, we would highly suggest that you copy the name so it's the same exactly as the code. That would help you organize your ad optimization because the code is what appears on the source code of the site, while the name is what appears on Google Ad Manager. So in case of a mismatch, it's going to be very confusing. Another important thing for you to remember is that you cannot change the code later once you have saved it. Description is optional, but it can help you in navigating around Google Ad Manager or when trafficking. For example, when you create a new line item and you target an ad unit, when you hover your mouse over it, the description will appear in here. Nominate the size or sizes for your ad unit. If it's a regular banner or a regular web page, choose fixed size. If you're creating an ad unit for mobile apps, choose Smart Banner. For the sizes, let's say this ad unit will serve 300 by 600, but I also want to make it flexible so I can enable other sizes that can serve as well, depending on the spot where I want it deployed. For example, I want it to be eligible to serve 300 by 250 as well, and 160 by 600. If you're creating an ad unit for your video inventory, for example, pre-roll, post-roll, or mid-roll, this is where you specify their ad sizes. We highly recommend that you choose _blank for target window. If you choose _top, when users click on the ad, it will override the current page. But when you choose _blank, when users click on the ad, the landing page will open on a different tab, keeping your site still open and viewable. Reward is for mobile apps. For example, you give rewards to users like 20 more lives in a game if they watch a certain video for, let's say, 10-20 seconds. For regular sites or web pages, you can go ahead and skip the default settings in here. Placement is optional. It's a group of ad units if you want easier targeting and reporting. In your line item settings, if you assign ad units on certain placements, you can go ahead and target them easily in here. You can also run a report and break them down by placement. For example, if you want to see the result or performance between desktop and mobile ad units easily, you can go ahead and create placements for them and group them accordingly. You have the option to create the new placement in here, or when you go to your inventory ad units, you can create it from here. For AdSense settings, if you want to run AdSense on dynamic allocation in the ad unit level, go ahead and tick this option. The disadvantage in running AdSense on dynamic allocation in the ad unit level, as opposed to running it via line item, is that you don't get to control frequency caps, targeting criteria, and all other controls that you can do on a line item. If you want to limit the number of times creatives can serve for this ad unit, then enable their frequency cap in here. Otherwise, go ahead and skip it. Fresh here is for mobile apps only. This is useful when optimizing, for example, a user that stays very long on the page. Then Google Ad Manager can handle ad refresh for you to maximize your ad revenue. Labels allows you to control or prevent competing ads from serving simultaneously on the same page. You can set up your labels on admin, inventory, labels. For example, I have 2 airline companies that would like to advertise on my site. I implement them on two different ad placements or ad units, but I don't want them to compete or serve together simultaneously on the same page load. So I'm going to create my label in here. And of course, when setting up ad units, I will assign the label in here. If this is something you don't use, you can go ahead and skip it. Then, once all settings are done, you can go ahead and click Save. To generate the tag for that ad unit, click on it, click on Tags, select the applicable tag type for your inventory. For regular web pages, we normally use Google Publisher tag. Click Continue. If this ad unit will be used as a passback behind another provider, you can enable Create Passback Tag. Single request allows Google Ad Manager to generate a single call for all your ad units for faster page load and for better performance. This is enabled by default. You can also choose to enable Collapse Empty Divs. So if there's no ad to serve, it does not occupy a blank space on your site and it becomes invisible. We will have a separate lesson for page level key values and ad slot key values. Out-of-page creative is normally used for non-standard ads like outstream, expandable, mid-content ads, which normally depends on the type of creatives you are going to traffic behind this line item or ad unit. Enable for live traffic is normally used or enabled if you're going to use this ad unit for live stream videos. Double check that you have the correct ad sizes in here. Once all done, click on Continue. Then you have here the header tag and the corresponding body tag. This goes into the head section of your source code, while this one goes into the body section where the ad is supposed to show up. If you'd like to generate multiple ad units at once, there's no option in Google Ad Manager at this point. You have to use the tool dfpgpt.appspot.com. Here, select the tag type you'd like to generate. Enter your network ID. If you want KVPs or key value pairs, this is where you put it for custom targeting. This is where you enable single request, and you can also enable advanced options. And for example, I'd like to collapse empty divs. That's where I select that. Then enter the ad unit code in here, one by one. If you have ad slot key value pairs, this is where it goes. If you want this to serve out of page for non-standard ads, this is where you enable it. For safe frame, and this is where you enable competitive exclusion or labels. If these settings are not necessary, you can go ahead and skip them. Once you have all the ad units defined in here with their ad unit codes and corresponding ad slot sizes, you can go ahead and generate the tags. This goes into the header section of your source code, and you have here the individual body tags for each of the ad units. This is normally done if you need to deploy a group of ad units that will show up on the same page. For example, all homepage ad units altogether, then all other content ad units altogether, if you have separate ad maps. In Google Ad Manager, you also have an option to upload ad units in bulk. For example, you click on Upload here. You can download the sample CSV file and fill out the columns or cells in there. Then you go ahead and drop or upload the file from here. This symbol right here, when creating ad units, indicate inheritance. If it's in gray, meaning it's aligned with the top level or network default settings. If you change it, for example, and changes to orange like this, meaning the settings has been overridden and is no longer aligned with the parent ad unit or the network default settings.